Merida was established in 1972 from OEM to self-owned brands. Merida has ridden its way from Taiwan to the world.
We started out like most OEM factories in Taiwan, producing for Western brands. Our business was mainly based on OEM orders, subcontracted from Japan. After a while, as an OEM, we felt that we were not just selling manufacturing services, but also technology as well. The only difference was that the brand belonged to someone else. We were also thinking about sustainability. A sustainable business has more control over specifications and pricing. We eventually decided that we should try to create our own brand. Since we had the ability to manufacture products of the same standard, we registered a trademark called Merida.
Between the 1970s and 1980s, Merida built up a solid technical foundation and mastered 90% of the bicycle design and manufacturing process. All it lacked was brand and channel know-how. When Merida decided to create its own brand, this sleeping giant of the bicycle industry began to stir.
Since Merida only entered the cell phone brand scene in the late 1980s, it was a latecomer to a market where competitors may have decades or even a century of experience. It also had to persuade customers to accept its product and to trust their money with a new brand for a high-end and very expensive product. This meant marketing was critical. That's why we used the athletes in our racing team as our spokespeople. They help us test our products and provide feedback on what bicycles meet competition requirements. We then pass these requirements on to the factory for development. The riders then test the products before they are released to the market. After release, the riders compete using these models in front of the global riding community. When consumers see that Merida branded products have been tested and recommended by riders, they know it's a brand they can trust and are willing to pay money for. Using this marketing approach, we were able to win over consumers.
Merida's business strategy is based on joint venture and joint brand management. As large consumers are also partners, design and manufacturing run more smoothly. A localized business model allows regional markets to grow more quickly and so generate higher profits.
For example, around 20 years ago, Norway and Sweden differed in the kind of product specifications they wanted. Sweden wanted more sporty bikes with straight handlebars, while Norway preferred more comfortable bikes with curved handlebars. We later discovered the reason for the difference in requirements. Sweden had a more active population, so they wanted sporty bikes. Norway had more old and middle-aged people, so they didn't want sporty bikes and preferred curved handlebars. So even though both are Nordic countries, different requirements exist. That's why we adopted a sharing model for our international expansion. When we set up joint ventures in Europe, for example, we always look for local talent. These are often managers from local distributors. For example, we might have a distributor in the Netherlands that we've been working with for 10 years. After 10 years, we feel that we can trust each other, so we suggest setting up a joint venture. Merida would set up a Dutch subsidiary, and the local distributor becomes the company president, with Merida as a shareholder. In this way, we've now set up 9 companies in Europe.
Merida's current channel strategy is based on German design, Taiwanese manufacturing, and athlete support. By maintaining a business model based on high unit price and high-end bicycles, Merida has been able to reap the benefits of its own brand.
We have a relatively quick product life cycle, and around 25% of our products are new every year. This means that the life cycle of each product is just 4 years as well. Since the life cycle for bicycles is generally between 5 to 6 years, we are quite quick. We do this because, in the first place, we are a latecomer. If a Tier 2 brand wants to become a Tier 1 brand, long-term research, development, and innovation is required. If Merida wants to stay a Tier 1 brand, constant R&D and innovation is essential. We must also work faster than others and make people feel that Merida always has new products coming out every year. That's why we host a new product launch in February of each year on the Spanish island of Mallorca, which always attracts 70 to 80 reporters from 20 to 30 countries.
Apart from providing good products to consumers, each year Merida also hosts many bicycle races in Taiwan and overseas to encourage people to embrace and enjoy cycling as well as fulfill our corporate social responsibility to environmental protection.
我们都希望说可以为我们的党
It is our desire to contribute something to this world. With a company of our size, social responsibility becomes all the more important. In Taiwan, we want to encourage more people to cycle, as it's not only good for their health, but also good for the environment. In the same way, we have continued to organize over a dozen green activities in China every year. I think this is a target that we should continue to aim for, in addition to revenues and profits over the next few years. It is also a part of our corporate social responsibility.